good to see you back. Today we are going to have a look at 4 apps backed up by AI which are going to be supercharging your lessons and help your pupils developing their reading and speaking skills. So first of all, we're going to have a look at a heavyweight and oldie but goodie Immersive Reader, which is great to listen to the text and after practice reading it. After that, we're going to be looking at Reading Coach, then Read Along by Google, which is aimed at primary age, and finally the new kid on the block, GoLingo, which is an amazing little app you can use on your phone or on a tablet, which is fabulous to speak and read. So, language innovators, put your suit on. It's lab time. So I'm in a Microsoft Word. That's the document I created earlier on. I created a story, and we are on the interface. I'm on the one online. I'm on the Mac. You can do it on, obviously, on the PC, you can do it online, you can do it on the computer. So if you're online, or even if you are on the one on your computer, you just need to be going onto View. And in View, you have something called Immersive Reader. I'm sure you've heard of that before. It is such a fantastic tool. It is Poesia, which I think here is great to have the text, so you can listen to the text, you know how to pronounce things. If you listen again and again and again, you can practice in your head and stuff like that would be quite a good one. It's an accessibility tool, which allows people to be listening to languages. So here, you can see that the font is a little bit bigger. A little bit earlier, we have the same type of thing. So if I go through the interface very quickly, you can make your text bigger if you wanted to, okay? You can add the grammar option. So if you want to highlight the nouns, it's going to put them in purple. So you can change the colors if you wanted to. Verbs in red, adjectives in green, and adverbs. Okay, so you can do that. You can show the labels too if you wanted to do that. And look at that. It tells you, oh, this is an adverb. Okay, and if I put verbs, this is a verb. Okay, so people don't know what the color corresponds to. They will know what it is by showing the label. So I think it's quite a fun thing to do. It's great for grammar and stuff like that, so you know what you're reading. And you can also divide into syllables, okay? And that I think is really, really good too when you start reading something. Maybe I've got a little problems with Espagne, maybe. Not sure, Espagne should be too. Reading preferences, click there. You could have one line focus if you wanted to. So it's going to be reading, you can see only one line. And 3 lines, and that's about it. So there, and also you have the picture dictionary. So if I go, you can see my toggle is on here. If I click on l'été, which is obviously the summer, and
l'été,
you're gonna have the right pronunciation of that word, and you also have an image. Again, a dual coding, events of color, so we'll kind of an image for the words that is vacances. So again, nice one, you can listen to it.
vacances.
And person is throwing things in the air, a teacher or pupil, looks like a teacher actually. And also one's going to travel and putting the suitcases in there. So you also have the images there, which is great. What we're going to try to do now is we're going to try to listen to the text very briefly, just at the beginning, to show you, first of all, that it picked up the language. It knows that it's French.
Vacances incroyables en Espagne avec ma famille.
Okay, you can see it's quite good, but it goes really fast. So I can put it down a notch and I can change also into male if you wanted to.
Famille. On a décidé de partir en voiture pour explorer la côte.
So I think that, and I've used that a lot with my poetry competition, is also, if I remember well, you can also change the language. So I can translate it. I can translate this text into whatever language if I'm working into Catalan. Why not? I change my French text to Catalan by word or by documents. I can change it by word or can change a whole document. There we go. And it just changed into Catalan. That's the original text. I go back to it, and this is Catalan. So you can navigate between the two of them. So if you're a learner of French, but you are English, and you can pass from one text to the other and understand what's going on there, okay? So I'll go back here again, and you can see I've got reading practice here. So once I've done that and listen to it, I can do my reading practice and see what happens after. So I can start reading my text in French. Let's play it and see what happens. Mes vacances inoubliables. L'été dernier, j'ai passé des vacances incroyables en Espagne avec ma famille. Okay, you can see that I spent 17 seconds, accuracy is 100%, and I'm going quite quick, obviously, and I don't have any words to practice. So there we go. So already there, once you have listened to your text, you have the possibility to practice here into Immersive Reader and get an idea of that. Obviously, it's not going to be recorded, that little square there, but you can take a screenshot. It's nice and easy to do, and you can share it, and the pupils can share it with you if need be, and you can put that into little folders and things, you know, where they stand and where they are. Okay, here I am in Reading Coach. You can access it here online. I put the link in the video description. It's quite straightforward. It's quite nice and friendly look of it. It's more primary, I would say, orientated. And if you want your pupils, your learners, to be practicing their reading, especially a bit of phonics and things like that, say it looks quite a nice place for it. Again, I do think it's probably more primary than secondary. So several possibilities. You have create a story with AI. We're going to be doing that in a bit. Read a passage from a library. That's all English. So if you teach English, that's perfect. And add your own passage. So if you do this, I think this probably is the best option because you can control the output of what your pupils are going to be reading, and if you want them to be pronouncing certain sounds and things like that, a small passage on it will probably help. So if you click on that, you just have to copy and paste your passage into it. Okay, so that's a nice and simple thing to do, and your learners should be able to do that with access to the document, hopefully. Otherwise, you have the possibility to create a story using AI, which is quite a nice fun thing to do. I'm going to be doing that together. So you need to be changing the language on the right hand side here, reading language, and you have a lot of different types of languages here, and we are going to be, just for a change, taking a little bit of Spanish. So confirm, and what do I want in my story then? What is the characters going to be? So let's say I'm going to have a robot here, and my robot is going to be in my school, and I want to have a level 2. Let's do that. Create my story. And there we go. So I have a story written here, and I can start reading it. Okay, and it's going to give me a grade afterwards about my Spanish. Let's go. Okay, so I've read. You have the possibility of doing round 2 if you fancy there, but what I want to do now is I just want to see my result. Right, I haven't done too bad. 88% pronunciation accuracy, which is not bad. I've got some words I have to be working on. High accuracy, happy days. So what you can do that is you can keep reading if you wanted to, or you can practice your words. So I'm going to practice my 3 words.
Next step, practice. When you're ready, press the microphone and read the word out loud.
Torre.
Your effort is showing.
Okay, my effort is showing.
Great reading.
Excellent.
Great learning today.
Purpose, the mispronunciation, but I was happy with a mispronunciation. So anyway, it's not obviously super accurate, but I think overall it does quite a good job. Okay, this is the Microsoft image that I picked up, and you can see that if you are using actually reading progress directly into Teams, you have probably a way more info, like mispronunciation, omissions, insertions. It also gets all the stats based on that, based on your pupil. So much more powerful inside Microsoft Teams if your school's got it. I've created a video, so do check the link up there if you want to have a look at how it works and how to set it up. Okay, we're changing a little bit. We are moving on from Microsoft to Google, and there is an app called Read Along, which I think is really good. If you want to use it for foreign languages, though, it's slightly less able, let's say. So if you're doing Spanish, that's perfect Spanish English. So if you have a look at different languages that we can have here.
Presiona el idioma en el que quieres que tus hijos aprendan a leer.
That's the one. Okay, as you said. So it could be English only. Then after you have different kinds of languages. You have some Arabic and Hindi probably and stuff like that. It's quite limited at the moment. I'm sure it's that you can see it's a beta version, and I'm sure it's going to be improving. But if you are as with the cap of an English as a foreign language, EFL, or other language plus English, I think this is a perfect thing. And Spanish and English, we're going to be working with Spanish and English. It will work here in that context. So that's the one I had already. You can see that you have the two, you can toggle it.
Cuentos en español.
Spanish, español,
Cuentos en inglés.
cuentos en inglés. Okay, so it's bilingual, which is quite nice. And you have here written in Spanish some stories here, and you have some stuff in English. And it is obviously linked to primary. But I think it's great. You have lots of little stories which are quite fun that you can work with and things like that. It's brilliant for, I think, again, primary level. Amazing little stories with little drawings and stuff. And it's quite fun. Let's have a play, and I'm going to be doing some
Cuentos
Spanish.
en español.
El cohete espacial, and we're going to try to read it. So empezar a leer. We're going to start reading.
Leamos. El cohete espacial.
Okay. The voice is actually not great. The TTS is not fantastic, but we can try it. Okay. Era un día para inventar cosas. El pollito amarillito y el gallo corocó estaban trabajando en algo.
Qué bien leíste, y qué rápido. Eso fue rápido. Excelente. Terminaste el cuento. Eso fue rápido.
So when you do well, you collect some stars, and you can see that they want you to be reading 10 minutes a day, which sounds like a good thing. And click on my star.
Ganaste nuevos premios.
And I get a
Premio por
little premio,
obtener
I got a little
500
prize.
estrellas. Premio por obtener 300 estrellas.
So lots of little things for primary. It just gets really exciting. So it's quite nice and fun. You can see that if you're doing well, you get lots of stars. You can see your premios here. Again,
Estos son tus premios. Sigue leyendo para obtener premios nuevos.
and you can get more. Again, really super primary, but really lovely for practicing. At the moment, if you are a learner of Spanish and English, it probably is better for Google, but it's really fun. And for little ones, I think it's perfect. So now, shout out to GoLingo, which I think is a great little app if you want to practice your speaking also and your reading skills. It's a free app, and you have some premium bits on it, but it's mostly free. You can use it on various platforms, but this is my phone. You can see there. So I'm in Spanish, and I can go to the Learning Hub, and you can see they have lots of. I'm going to be going through just very simple things to show you how great and fun it is. If I go to Explore, I think you can see that what they've done is you have a town, and on each bit of the town, I think it's a concept whereby people learn going around into a town. It's quite an interesting concept. And if I want to go into the cafe, for example, here I'm going to click on the cafe. I'm going to go into the cafe, and let's say I want to grab a drink. So it's level 3, shouldn't be too complicated. And let's see what happens. Now I have to speak. Hola. And that's all AI.
Le tomo su orden. Un café.
Un café. Okay, so you can see that it's quite nice and fun. You practice. This is obviously quite low level, and you can do that. You can practice a little bit, bits and bobs. You can see the second level.
Hola.
And it's going to be increasing your level or proficiency little by little. It's going to get a bit harder, and you're gonna have to try to memorize some things there. Okay, so we just get off the town square, and we're going back home, and we're going to be looking at packs. And there you can see that exams GCSE, and you have lots of different things you can achieve from there. Achieve grade 5, education of your career foundation, environment foundation, all about my family hire. So if I wanted to practice that for GCSEs and stuff, you can click on view. It's all free, which is amazing. And click on free, and there you can start having a look.
Hola, ¿cómo te llamas? Hola, me llamo Lidia.
And you have to speak, and again you get on with it. So it's just a really great little thing to do. And again, if you want to practice GCSEs in different ways and practice a little bit with an app, this is a free app. Again, as I mentioned before, you have premiums, but there's lots of potential there. You're practicing, getting your confidence going on, and obviously probably higher level, or you can start low there. I don't think it's for primary pupils here, but it's obviously great for pupils getting from year 7 onwards probably, and it's really fun. So another good one to be adding to your AI list of vocab. Everything is obviously backed up by the AIs, recognize your voice and stuff like that, and give you a little bit of feedback. Sometimes a little bit generous, which is okay. It's just going to be increasing your confidence. So there you go. Hopefully you find this useful. 4 excellent tools to supercharge your teaching and learning. So if you like the video, don't forget to click on that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next episode. And have a quick nose into listening to the AI Language Lab podcast. And see you there, people. See you soon.